Welcome back to another episode of Tractor Roy. My name is Trent. We're working on the Farmall A. Doing things a little out of order because we just started working on it and we kept going. So this thing is stuck and we're just going to free it up. I don't think we're going to get as carried away as we did with the M. We'll probably paint it in the spring, but I think we're just going to free things up and then stick it back together, get it running. New gaskets and stuff is about all. So the Super A is kind of unique. Well, actually, this is just a regular A. It's kind of unique because it has the full exhaust lift set up. So the idea is exhaust gases come through here, go, it also has a starting tank on there for distillate to that valve right there, up to here. And then the idea is you'd pull that and it would, through all this linkage that's seized up now, it would direct some of the exhaust gases to that valve. So if you had like a snowplow on the front or some mounted cultivators on here, I'm not sure how much it would lift, but I do know for sure it'd pick up, like a one bottom plow or two bottom plow, but that's pretty cool. So air intakes, I don't know what we're going to do with that. We might try and free it up, see if it works, or put a regular manifold. I'm not really sure yet, but I'm going to take the air filter housing and we'll stub up off. We're going to take off the manifold with the carburetor and the exhaust lift. And then on this side, we're going to take off the starting tank plus our exhaust lift valve. We're draining the antifreeze out of it right now. Okay, manifold's pulled off. Got that exhaust lift pulled off. It had to come out as one piece because, yeah, that's pretty well seized in there. I don't know if this is ever going to work again, but we have all the pieces for it if we really wanted to try. So now the plan is to get the valve cover off. The radiator's already drained, so we'll disconnect the radiator here, and then we'll remove all these head bolts, remove that rocker arm shaft, and then pull this head up, see what we're working with. So it's kind of nasty. We got a push rod popped up. Oh, sorry, didn't mean to hit you. Push rod popped off, and this freaking nail was sitting like right under there. So who knows what was going on here, but it looks gross. Okay, rocker arm shaft is off. Now we got to take off these few, and then that, and then pull this head off and see what we're working with. And here's where we're ending the night. Here it is inside. I was just kind of pushing on it with a block to see if these things would move. This thing was absolutely disgusting, but it actually cleaned up pretty nice. Actually, really, this whole thing cleaned up pretty nice. It is stuck, but none of these are really that bad, actually. I don't know. Anyway, so what we're doing here, I'm getting carried away here. We're going to drain the oil out, pull the oil pan off. We're going to disconnect each of these pistons. And then we're going to take a block of wood from the top, hit them down just to break them loose. And then if we have to clean anything up, if there's some rust rings, then we'll get that cleaned. And then we'll push those pistons all the way out, most likely. We'll probably just take them all the way out because we're going to be that far along. We're going to free up those rings because they're probably going to be stuck. We're going to inspect them, see if this thing can just be thrown back together or what. I do have a ring set, so we could just throw in, what are these, 2016? Yeah, ABC. Anyways, so we could throw in some new rings, new gasket, because the new head gasket, valve cover gasket, and oil pan is like $35 or something like that. So, and we for sure did need to pull that head off. There was some gross stuff under there. Like I showed you, that rocker arm stud or shaft was a little gross. All that stuff seized up. I don't know if we're gonna mess with that. I did break a bolt, this bottom one where the fan hooks up. I did break that stud off, but there was enough sticking out. I was able to heat it up, throw some PB Blaster on there, use my stud extractor, and it came right out. Now, as far as these valves, that one, just that one. It's the only one that's stuck. So what I'll probably do, because I can't pop it out that way. So what I'm gonna do is take off that retainer, drive that valve out all the way. I might take a wire wheel or, a brass brush, soak it in evaporust or something, clean that up, check out that guide. And then it should be okay to stick back in. We're not going crazy with this one because we went so far into it with that one. It's still not quite done, but we'll paint it and make it look nice, but we're not going to get too carried away. From what I'm seeing so far, that engine is nothing like how bad that one was. I think this one will be salvageable. Oh yeah, some more plans with this thing too. This tire is absolutely trash. That one's marginal, that one's trash, and that one's marginal. We do have, what are these, 9.5s, I want to say? 9.5 by 24s. We got a 9.5 by 24 out there that's decent. So we could match it, stick the other one on there. I think there's an 11.2 24 up there, or out there. And then up there, we've got two. They're off of a pivot, so I don't know if they're 9.5s or if they're 11.2s. But anyways, we're going to make sure that we got all new tubes at the very least. And then, what, new tire here, new tire there, or used tire there and there. I do have extra 15s. That'll stay. That one will probably stay. Really, this thing's not too bad. I got brake in the pulley, but I only ever use that to start that John Deere B. Yeah, otherwise this thing is in really good shape, all things considered. That exhaust lift is seized, like I keep mentioning, but that's kind of typical. Those things didn't really get maintained that much. Or, well, you know, I mean, once you leave it for a couple of years, get a little bit of moisture in there, a bunch of heat cycles, then, I mean, that stuff just locks up tight. You can see how much heat has burned off the paint up to about there. So that's probably seized up. I know for sure that's seized up. If we really cared to, we wanted to use this, then maybe I'll soak that in some evaporust for like, I don't know, a week maybe. See how it turns out. The fenders aren't too bad. We're missing a couple of bolts on there. That's why it's kind of pushed out. Boy, I don't know. There's not really much else to this thing. The grill's just got a little spot right there. I mean, even the hood isn't that bad. So this is a very short video because I was working on that little snow machine over there. I got engine issues with it. So my father-in-law was working on this. So he was just kind of going at it. And then, sorry, kicking stuff. He was going at this while I was working on that. So then I just finished up with what I was doing on that, started helping him. And I don't know, sometimes it's just easier to not film, and it's kind of nice. Just mechanicking, wrenching, not having to worry about filming stuff and having it make sense to you guys. So apologies for this not really making sense. I'm bouncing around on a lot of the little clips. I just kind of did some updates on it. Anyways, that's where we're going to be. Next video, I'm hoping I can do a little better with filming from here on out with this one. The WD-45 I did pretty good. This M I kind of sucked on most of it, so hopefully we can at least meet in the middle, but I'd really like to get pretty intense on the, you know, just so you see the whole picture. So our next plan of attack, like I said, oil pan, pull those pistons out, check them out. That's going to be next episode on this thing. So if you want to see this kind of work, make sure you well, for one, like this, view it, throw a comment down below. It lets me know if I keep working on this or if I need to work on something else, try and get some numbers up on things. So if you're not subscribed, make sure to do that now, because as you can tell, we got a ton of projects and they always seem to keep coming. Like that thing, I've done way more work than I had planned on. Anyways, thanks for sticking with me. Thanks for watching Tractor Roy. I hope I'll catch you on the next one.